Most people stay broke not because they have to, it's because of the choices that they make daily. I'm going to give you a few reasons on why people stay broke, but most importantly, how to actually fix them. Number one, poor time management. Imagine if you're just wasting the hours, the minutes, the seconds in the day, wasting it on things that are not beneficial for you, wasting it on doom scrolling, pointless entertainment. I'm not saying that you have to have a strict routine. Yes, everybody needs some downtime. But how much downtime are you wasting when you can be doing something completely beneficial to you? Self-improvement, reading books that might increase your income, that could allow you to actually have a hobby in which can eventually pay. It's not thinking about short term, it's about thinking about the long term, 5, 10 years from now. If you was to learn something for a couple of years, you could eventually turn that into an income or increase the income that you currently have. And most people just have poor time management. What do you do with your time? Do you value it? Number two, living beyond their means. Are you one of the ones who are spending more than they earn, going into debt, going below zero, having to pay interest on things in which you don't actually really need? Just live below your means. Don't buy the things that you actually do not need. Buy the things that you actually have to use to survive. And then use that additional money to save or invest in something that can help you later on down the line. I know people, and I'm sure that you know people too, who just purchase, just to follow the Jones, just to look cool, to be cool. And deep down, they know, you know, everyone knows that they are broke. But because they want to look a certain way, they end up struggling later on in their life. Number three, surrounding yourself with unmotivated individuals. Are you mindful of the company you keep? Because there was a stage in my life where I used to hang around with a certain group of people who weren't doing nothing, who had low aspiration, no inspiration, no motivation. They just wanted enough so that they can enjoy themselves. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not good to hang around these people all the time because you pick up bad habits. Be mindful of the company that you keep. My father stressed that to me when I was younger. Stress. He told me every single time, be mindful of the company that you keep. Hang around with people who inspire you, who want you to do good. Honestly, my parents chose my friends, and the people that I did hang around with were great. They're doing great things right now. And you just want to become great as well. Even you just pick up good habits. Like my friends used to tell me, study, make sure you work, make sure you do this, make sure you look after yourself. There was a stage in my life where I had an injury and I was just stress eating. And they said, no, Jamal, you need to just train. Even though you torn your ligament and it's not as strong as it was, you can still train in a light way just to keep yourself fit and not going overboard. And that's just why it's important just to be very mindful of the company you keep. Number four, instant gratification over long-term success. There are many people out there who are broke, plain and simple, because they prefer the instant gratification. They prefer the quick feeling of good. They prefer that quick euphoric feeling. They prefer the quick success. They want to invest in just to get rich. They're just so interested in get rich quick schemes, and they end up losing the most valuable commodity they have, which is time. Smart individuals, conscious individuals, aware individuals, they know that success does not happen overnight. It takes time. So stop wasting time in these instant wins, and just focus on the long-term goal. Focus on the thing that takes time, whether that's learning a new skill, saving, investing. You don't save for a year. You don't invest for a year. You do it for the long run to make sure that you are secured later in life. Or if you actually go through something, you have a fund to access. I remember 7 years ago, I took like a year and a bit out of work. I didn't work for a year and a bit. And I just went traveling. And someone was like, how the hell did you afford to make sure that your home was still good and all the bills were paid, not work and travel? Because my father always told me to save. He always told me to save for a rainy day and invest for a rainy day. Like, well, what do you mean? You don't have like 50 grand stashed away? Like 50 grand? I don't even have 50 pounds. And it's just so mind blowing on the things that people waste their money on, and the things that they think everything comes quick. No, it doesn't come quick. I didn't get that money over 2-3 years. I've been working for a long time. Even when I was studying, I've always worked for my dad. I've always worked on the weekends or whenever I can. And the money I got, I didn't just spend it. Yeah, if I got like £50 for working 5 hours with my father, I wouldn't spend the whole £50. I would actually put £30 away, and I would spend that £20 on whatever. And when I heard that people just literally just spend all their money just like that, it was very confusing. But that actually leads up to number 5. Number 5, lack of financial education. Sadly, there are just people out there that just don't have the knowledge of budgeting, wealth building, investing, saving. Honestly, it's very shocking actually, but there are people out there that once they receive something, or they receive a big amount of money, or if they start working for the first time in their life and they get their first paycheck, they always believe it's going to be there for the rest of their life. They don't know that something's may happen, God forbid, in which they'll need a large sum of money. Someone gets sick, this happens, repair, maintenance, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh snap. Now I need to take a loan. Now I'm paying interest, and now I'm not actually, my money is less valuable than it was. And they realize at a later stage that saving and investing is vital. All the pointless things that I purchase, all the clothes, all the times that I went out when I didn't actually have to. I was just going out with people because I didn't want to miss out. And like, oh, only if I had that money, only if I didn't go to that restaurant in which I didn't even like the food, if I didn't order those 10 cocktails. It's just like, wait, what? You did all of that? And how much do you earn? Yo, I have a good time. I take care of my loved ones, my friends. Sometimes when we go out, I don't mind paying the bill. But I don't do this often. This is a very precious, valuable moment. And I appreciate times like that. But people actually just do it very frequent. There's people who earn less than me and they spend much more than me. And it's very ironic and funny, but financial literacy is very key. Yeah, just read books, just be mindful. When you go to purchase something, just think, do I actually really need it? And can this actually help me in the later years? Like, there's actually people who don't even think about when they're 60. My father is turning 57 this year, and he owns a small business, and he doesn't work much. He only works a couple of days a week, probably like 2 days for a couple of hours. But he does it because he enjoys it, and he's retiring. I mean, he could have retired ages ago, but he actually enjoys it, and he gets to travel 6 to 8 months out of the year, and he's he's able to do that because he's invested into a number of properties where he gets a residual passive income. His business, he can leave it to someone and he can still get paid from it. And that's just due to financial literacy, that what makes you money and what loses you money. Think about the long term. And yeah, I think this is probably the most important. So take it on board. And if you are going for anything, you can reverse it. It takes time. It honestly, it does take time. But you can do it. I've made mistakes. I've went to countries and thought I was this guy, and literally, honest to God, no lie, I've actually spent 20K on gambling. Never gambled before, just literally just spent 20K because I won money, got excited, ended up losing more money. Never again. Gambled once and only once, and I'll never do it again. But you learn. But fortunately, I was in a position in my life where I always have a backup plan. But because of financial literacy, so learn and grow, and I believe in you. And whatever you're going through, whatever you're growing through, you can definitely come up on top. Thank you. Peace.